What's going on YouTube? Curtis7 here, back again for another year of the Fantasy Premier League. Yes lads, get in. I'm proper pumped for this year. This year, 2016-17 season is gonna be massive. It's gonna be one of the hardest years ever because so many options are a lot bigger and better than that previous years. Last year's we had the chips and the triple captains and whatnot, but now there's just so many more options just within the content in the game itself. So many more good quality players to choose from. It's going to make it a lot harder and a lot more fun. So lads, here today, I'm going to reveal my team for the upcoming season, 2016-17. But first lads, I've got just a private league with me and my mates. I think it's a head-to-head league. I think there's only like 5 spots left. And if you want to join the quickest ones, I'll put the code on the screen right now. It is 417-616-124913. I think there's about 5 spots left. You can play with me and my mates. The 5 quickest people that put that code in are going to be in the league. Now that we've got that sorted, lads, time to reveal my team for the upcoming season. So here we go, the team reveal. Now, just before I quickly show you the team, just want to tell you, I am looking at using an early wildcard. A wildcard around game week 3 to 4. Normally there's an international break in between then, and there is this season as well. Normally I like to get because you get a good feel on who the players are, and no doubt about it, there's going to be a lot of terrible players in your team that you start off with that you want to get out the deadwood, and you want to bring in the quality players who are scoring fantasy points. So that's for the reason why some of these selections I've got in my team aren't really longer term plans, they're more short term plans. In goals, lads, let me just introduce you to Courtois and Ben Foster. Now, I like spending up 10 million between 2 keepers, and I've gone a little bit more this year. Courtois and Foster both have good opening fixtures, but the good thing I like about these two is that they work perfectly when you sub each player week in, week out. So for the first 3 weeks, we got Courtois at home first off, and then West Brom at home the second week, and then we got Chelsea at home again in the 3rd week. So they work perfectly together. Ben Foster, I highly recommend. Cheap, good value for money right there. Now moving on to the defense. Now in defense, lads, we have got, starting off with Johnny Evans at 4.5 million. The reason for his selection, like Ben Foster a bit, he's got good value. He's not going to score you that many high fantasy points. He's not really a goal threat or assist threat, but he does get clean sheets. Tony Pulis, West Brom, they do get clean sheets. So that's why Johnny Evans is a cheap option in my defense. We've got Antonio Valencia as well. Now he is the exact opposite to Johnny Evans. He does supply attacking threat. 5.5 million. He does get assists. We've seen the Community Shield, a nice beautiful cross to Zlatan. He could get you fantasy points with the clean sheets, but I'm looking for him as an attacking threat to get those crosses in for United. Now, John Stones is a player that I got in as well, 5 million. He is on the cheaper side. Moved, obviously, to Man City from Everton. And he's in the team because I think he'll start, and I think City will get clean sheets. They're opening 3 fixtures are beautiful, so I expect clean sheets from John Stones. Now moving on to cheaper defenders, we got Friend from Middlesbrough. He's in the team because Middlesbrough again have a great opening fixture. I think their first 5 game fixtures are very decent, but definitely for the first 3 game weeks, they've got good fixtures, so that's why Friend's in there. And same with Swansea. Swansea, I think I'm going to struggle this season. I didn't really want to pick a Swansea defender, but at 4 million, Kingsley, he does offer attacking threat. He gets those crosses in. I think he got a couple assists last season, so I don't think I'll ever plan on using Kingsley, but he's just there as an attacking threat just in case I need him off the bench. Now, time to hit the midfield. Now in the midfield, lads, starting on the left, we got Nathan Redmond at 6 million. Now, Nathan Redmond, we've seen him at Norwich. He's got goal threat, he's got assists in him, and now he's got a fresh club in Southampton where he's going to be playing a more attacking role. He's going to be up front, apparently. So Nathan Redmond at 6 million definitely supplies value. Now, talking about value as well, Andros Townsend. We've seen him struggle at Tottenham, but once he moved to Newcastle at the end of last season, he was goals and assists. So I expect, now that Balassi looks like he's moving his way out of Crystal Palace, Townsend will step up, and great value at 6.5 million. He's gonna. I see points in Andros Townsend. 6.5 million, definitely cheap, and Crystal Palace do have good fixtures, so that's why I picked him. Now, N'Golo Kante is my next midfielder. I needed a cheap midfielder. I could have gone with a 4.5 option, but I just don't think there was any good value in any of those picks. I thought Kante with that extra 0.5 million, he's going to play every game for Chelsea. Chelsea are going to most likely win games, so he's going to get you those 2-3 points every single week. But he does score the odd goal here or there, and plus playing for Chelsea now, you probably will get the odd assist a bit more than he did last season. So I'm not planning on using Kante, just keeping him on the bench, a bit like Kingsley. Now, Mahrez, we're talking about heavy hitters here. He's probably the best fantasy Premier League player from last season. I think he scored over 200 and something points. Unbelievable. Leicester, their first 3 fixtures are beautiful. So Mahrez at 9.5 million, I think will be quality. And we've got Eden Hazard as well as my last midfielder, 10 million, gone heavy. He didn't play good at all last season, but he had a very good end to the season, had a very good Euros, and he has been on fire in pre-season. Saying all that, Chelsea's fixtures for the first 3 fit games are perfect. So Eden Hazard, he's on penalties, he is in my team. Now, going on to the strikers. Alright, up front, the heavy hitter himself. We have got Sergio Aguero, 13 million. I think you will be mad if you do not start Aguero, especially at home to Sunderland on the opening day. If he scores a hat-trick and you don't have him in your team, you're going to be playing catch-up for the rest of the season. You're going to need major surgery just to try and squeeze him in your team if you don't have him. So that's why you're going to start with him. Well, at least I'm starting with him anyways. Then we've got Jamie Vardy, very much like Mahrez. Leicester, great fixtures. Vardy in quality form, scored a goal, albeit thanks to Fellaini in the Community Shield, but he looks lightning. He looks like he hasn't lost his touch at all. Hopefully he can bag a goal or 2 in the first 3 games. And then we got Gray from Burnley, who has been on fire in pre-season for Burnley. He has scored something like 9 goals in 6 games in pre-season. So, and he was the Golden Boot winner in the Championship, if I'm wrong. Could be wrong there, but he scored a lot of goals in the Championship last season for Burnley. So at 6.5 million, he does provide value. So yeah, so let me show you guys the actual starting 11 that I'm going to use in game week number 1. So game week number 1, lads, we've got Courtois in goal. And at the back, lads, we've got Friend from Middlesbrough, Valencia at United, Stones from City. In the midfield, we've got Nathan Redmond at Southampton, Andros Townsend from Palace. We've got Mahrez at Leicester, and Eden Hazard at Chelsea. And up front, we've got Aguero from City, Jamie Vardy at Leicester, and we've got Gray from Burnley. So on the bench, lads, we've got Foster, Kante, Johnny Evans, and Kingsley. Now, captains, it's like I said to you before, I think it's a pretty obvious choice this week. You've got to put it on Sergio Aguero. If you don't have the captain on Aguero, and he does score a hat-trick in the opening week, you will be playing catch-up for the rest of the season. Your season could be over after the first game week if you don't get Aguero as captain and he does score a hat-trick. Mahrez is my vice captain because we all do know about Aguero. He does get the odd injury, and you know, in the warm-up he could get injured and not play. Mahrez will become my captain. So there we go, lads. That's my team for this season. Get your comments down below. Tell me your squad. I'll be interesting to see, and if you think there's any You got any opinions on my team? If it's not up to scratch, let me know as well. But I always love Fantasy Premier League, and very excited for this season. So hopefully more videos to come on this. Yeah. Anyways, I'm your boy Curtis7. Take care. Good luck for this season and all the best. Take care and peace.